war not only brings economical problems to the lives of people, it also brings mental issues and post-trauma issues to.
There should be a development of one international law which is exception to no country.
इस सदा की एक रीत है जो सदा से चली आई है, दिलों में लोगों के मोहब्बत है, फिर भी न जाने क्यों रोज कोई नई जंग होती आई है।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of the Fact Flashes Talk of the Town. This morning, I have been joined by Maharaja Sayajirao University students, and as all of us know, the situation between Ukraine and Russia right now is furious. Now, as they say that war is a problem in itself, war cannot be a solution to any problem. Today, we will be talking about what is it that war brings along with it. Is war the solution? Are the international leaders right when they take the step forward? Why is United Nations reacting so subtly? Why they are being, they aren't coming out in power? So I have been joined, like I said, by MSU students, and we'll be knowing each one of their opinions. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. We'll start with you. So, as I said, that war is not a solution to any problem. That's what people around the world say. But still, international leaders and countries, big countries, continents like Russia, Ukraine, the United States of America, take steps forward and they go towards the war. Do you have a take on that?
I would agree to the view that you have, that war is not a solution and it is itself a problem. And me, I am from psychology background. I would say that war not only brings economical problems to the lives of people, it also brings mental issues and post-trauma issues to the people who are facing the war and to the people who are not even facing the war. Like, we are not a part of the war right now, but we as a nation are affected by the war. We are, as of now, right now, having a discussion on the same thing. So we have effects as well. So she would continue with that.
So I guess when I talk about war, there's a very familiar term called trauma. The trauma that we go through. Like if you could talk about war, the war will end one day. But the war within us never ends because we have faced the war. And that the mental health challenges continues because my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine who are right now they're stuck, the students of India, the medical fraternity especially. When I talk about them, it's the atmosphere over there is very anxious. They're in a panic state. And so if I talk about the after effects of the war, there could be PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, there could be depression, anxiety, and I guess there are going to be intense issues about it. And like I said, that it's about the political leaders, but who suffers is us, the common people. And so if I talk about war and trauma, it's trauma is with everyone, but the trauma that comes from the war, it's very intense and it takes a very long time to forget. So I really wish that there's some peaceful solution to it, and I really hope that if even if people in India are anxious about it, because that's what collective trauma does to us, right? So I really hope there are some free therapy sessions provided to them and even to us because we are seeing such intense situations in this, especially after seeing the pandemic.
Right. You are a law student. You are a commerce student, right? We'll come to the law students first, please. So you are a law student. Now, when we talk about international laws, right, the United Nations in the assembly, Russia used its veto power, India, UAE, China, these big countries are still being diplomatic as we are being diplomatic ourselves as a country. Do you think that in a situation where Ukraine was begging people, it was pleading people that come out, we're seeking help, and we couldn't be there? So everything that has got to do with us as a country, somewhere or the other, it felt like India was being cold. But we know that there was no other option for us except for being diplomatic. So do you have a take on that, in concern with international laws?
I would believe in the amicable resolution. So we believe that we have to achieve this peace through a preventive diplomacy and supports the multilateralism in India. So as well as a whole, even if we talked about the preventive diplomacy and the peace and security, they are the main three pillar of the United Nation, and we can say it is underpinned with the United Nation Charter as well. So everyone has to follow that in the amicable resolution and the follow the negotiations and the mediation as a tool of diplomacy rather than to be go in the situation of the war, and mainly protect it will protect the human rights as well somehow.
Well, I think India's take on as neutral stand on this war is absolutely correct because right now bending over one side will be very difficult for India, and to protect the conflict of our interest and for the benefit of our interest, it is better that India takes a neutral stand. But on the international from the international law perspectives, I think that there should be a development of one international law which is exception to no country, even for the USA. We need a strong international law from the UN or from the UNSC, which takes a toll or which has a binding factors that war should be avoided at all cost, even for USA, because USA, as you see, that is invading Siberia or Yemen or bombarding nations. USA is no exception. So, for that, we need a concrete international law which is a binding factor for world peace and harmony.
Right, now we come to the business student. When we were just talking about the United States of America, we had a discussion on the same topic with political science student as well, and he gave us this term, and we put it in a hashtag. It's called United States is an unfriendly friend. With this situation, with this controversy as well, a lot of studies are showing that United States has a big role to play in this because of the business that Russia was supposed to do with Germany, and somewhere or the other, USA did not want that to happen. So, do you think that this war could be because of business, or how will the business be affected because the stock market is?
We live in a globalization era which every country is dependence on other economy. We do the exports, we do the imports. So I won't say this is just from the fact of business point of view, because Russia wanted that America should not come towards its doors with the missiles. So this is just for that the Ukraine should not join NATO, and they don't want the missiles to be in their doorsteps. So yes, this has an economic impact. We have seen a few days back that how our stock market fell down. So it affects the pocket of the common man as well. The war really affects. For example, if I say that there is a panic among the investors that there would be a disruption in supply chain, and we have also seen that the prices of crude oil have increased. So what will affect? Yes, that will affect the transportation, that will affect the aviation fuel, and as the aviation fuel price will increase, what will happen? The air freight will increase. Now the also the trading way, that is we do the ship straight from the Black Sea and all, so that will also get affected due to that. So for example, and how it will affect the pockets of Indian is like due to COVID, we are already been affected. So the what the RBI did was to that there should be cash in the hands of people. So the interest was quite low in the loans. So now if there will be this increase of cost in the products, the product will be quite high in price. Now people are still having money, so they will be like, "ठीक है, price बढ़ रहे हैं, the prices are high, no, we will buy." So right now the situation will be of cost push inflation, but due to the amount people are having and the prices are also high of the product, it will lead to the demand push inflation as well. So ultimately, it is affecting the pockets of the common people all over the world. So,
What is your take on it? What factors do?
I am come from commerce background.
Right. What is your take?
Yeah, yeah. As she said, it will rise in inflation. We all see, like war is something. War is something which is uh, nobody wins from it. Not in a political manner, not in a finance manner, or like a psychological manner. So uh, after war, uh, Russia will win over Ukraine, but from that nobody get benefit. including Russia. What will Russia get? So I guess there is no sense in war.
या एज ए सोशल स्टूडेंट लाइक आई वांट के लाइक पूरे विश्व में एक शांति बनाए रखना है लाइक हमको सॉल्यूशन की तरफ जाना है एक समाधान की तरफ जाना है हम देखते हैं लाइक पूरे वर्ल्ड में लाइक नेशनल राष्ट्रवादी संस्थाओं है लाइक UN है G20 है G7 है ग्रीक है तो ये सब संस्थाओं का एक ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है कि पूरे विश्व में शांति बनाए रखना है कोई दो कंट्री के बीच में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है तो समाधान समाधान लाना है सॉल्यूशन लाना है ना तो कोई दो कंट्री के बीच में वॉर करना है सो मेरा ये मानना है कि ये सब जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उन लोगों का रोल एकदम एक्टिव रोल होना चाहिए अभी लाइक UN के रोल के बारे में हमको क्वेश्चन मार्क सभी को होगा जैसे हम देख रहे हैं अफगानिस्तान में भी युद्ध हुआ सीरिया का घटना ले लो अभी ये यूक्रेन एंड रशिया के बीच में युद्ध हो रहा है तो इसमें UN का क्या रोल है लाइक UN का भी एक एक्टिव रोल होना चाहिए और जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सब है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से सभी कंट्री इन्वॉल्व है सो हम जब हस्ताक्षर कर रहे हैं कुछ समझौते कर रहे हैं तो हमने कोई ना कोई जगह पे वो देखते हैं कि ये हस्ताक्षर करने का रीज़न क्या है सो जस्ट रिटर्न फॉर्मेलिटी होती है बट हमको वो लेवल पे भी सोचना चाहिए ऐसा मेरा मानना है यस
आई एम फ्रॉम साइकोलॉजी। मेरा व्यू इसको लेकर इस तरह से है कि एक शायरी की दो लाइन है कि सदा की एक रीत है जो सदा से चली आई है, दिलों में लोगों के मोहब्बत है, फिर भी न जाने क्यों रोज़ कोई नई जंग होती आई है। सो वी ऑल वांट पीस बट इवन दो वी वांट पीस वी फाइट। फाइट से और वॉर से किसी का भला नहीं होता ज़्यादा बिकॉज जो भी सिचुएशंस होती है वॉर के आफ्टर इफ़ेक्ट्स वॉर के बेसिक इफ़ेक्ट्स जो वॉर के टाइम पे चलते हैं उसके अंदर ना ही जस्ट मिलिट्री या फिर ना ही जस्ट पॉलिटिकल ना ही जस्ट इकोनॉमिकल और ना ही जस्ट लाइक सिविलियन और ना ही सिविल सर्विसेज को इफ़ेक्ट होता है बट लाइक इन सबको मिला के इफ़ेक्ट होता है। जैसे कि अगर सिविल सर्विसेज है किसी भी कंट्री की या फिर नॉर्मल लेमैन नॉर्मल सिविलियन पॉपुलेशन है या फिर आर्मी है या वॉट तो सबको एक साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रॉमा से गुजरना पड़ता है। वॉर के होते टाइम लोग अनसर्टन होता है कि हो क्या रहा है क्योंकि ज़्यादा लोगों तक इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं पहुंचती कि कौन से एरिया में कहाँ कब क्या हो रहा है। मिलिट्री पर इफ़ेक्ट पड़ता है, साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रॉमास, एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, ये सारे बेसिक इफ़ेक्ट्स हैं। PTSD जैसे आगे एक स्टूडेंट ने कहा तो उस तरह से तो ये सारे इफ़ेक्ट्स बहुत ज़्यादा लाइक जनरेशन वाइज इफ़ेक्ट करते हैं। अगर साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रॉमास और साइकोलॉजिकल कोई डिसऑर्डर्स एक जनरेशन के अंदर होता है तो चांसेस है कि 2-3 जनरेशन बाद भी वो जेनेटिकली किसी और इंसान को पास ऑन हो। वॉर ख़त्म हो गई 1 ईयर 2 ईयर के अंदर बट वो मे बी 100 ईयर्स 200 ईयर्स 300 ईयर्स उसके इफ़ेक्ट्स लोगों के अंदर रहते हैं। सो आई डोंट थिंक सो कि वॉर इज़ अ गुड आइडिया बिकॉज humans basically need and want peace but because of few conflicts we do war but उसका end result is not that grateful.
Right. Now, when we talk about the psychology or what the trauma that comes after psychology, to all three of you, my question is today, Vadodara has welcomed students from Gujarat that were in Ukraine. However, they come from safe zones, but they have been brought back to India today. So, do you think that there should be, and however, you know, when they arrived here, they had tears in their eyes because coming from a situation like that, what should be done for those students? Please.
I guess firstly there should be some physical assessment and then there should be psychological assessment and on basis of psychometric test that how their mental state is right now because the state they have been coming from is a state of panic and fear and intense war-like situations. So I guess it's very important for them to go through this process of psychometric test and basically knowing what is in their mind because it's very important to talk about it because if they don't talk about it it will be inside them and it will keep growing and growing until it forms a physical disease. So I guess I would really like if the government does this providing psychological assessment to the students who have come from there and how and if they have any problem they should be provided with free therapy and treatment. Yes. Something that I would like to tell them is you have come home now, but I hope it's everything safe. And if there's anything, you can always reach out to the Kirin helpline. That's by the India. It's a government helpline for mental health issues and helpline. So you can always reach out to them. You can always reach out to the mental health professionals. Please don't stigmatize mental health because it's very stigmatized in our country. But I really hope they reach out to the mental health professionals and talk what's inside their heart. So yeah, I would really like that.
My view in war is like, oh yeah, every war is war against the humanity. Basically, not the war. Excuse me. मतलब war होती है तो मतलब people on ground they are suffering for this. मतलब हमारी बात ले ले, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का 1947 का जो ले, उसमें हमको गांधी जी याद है, नेहरू जी याद है, जिन्ना याद है, पर जो पीपल ग्राउंड पे थे उनका हमें याद नहीं है. सो बेसिकली वॉर इज़ नॉट अ सल्यूशन. और किसी ने मुझे सुना है कहीं पे कि हर इंसान में शैतान है, आप बस खाली कानून की बंदिश हटा के तो देखो. सो एवरीवन इज डेविल.
Right. Everyone has a devil inside them. Well, I think that this is true to an extent when we see countries, be it Russia or any other countries, doing or putting themselves or putting the world into a situation like what we are seeing in Ukraine or what we are seeing between both of these countries, Ukraine and Russia right now. Well, currently, all of us, our prayers are with the people of Ukraine and with the people of Russia as well. To the soldiers who are fighting, our prayers are with them, and let's just hope and pray that the situation gets better in Ukraine and the war ends soon. With this and a lot more that you need to know, make sure that you stay tuned to the Fact Flash. Thank you.